Welcome to Move 50 Plus, in collaboration with Zoomers in Balance, a funded project by Health Canada Research Institutes. In action. Stationary knee bounce with arm swing. Standing, hip width distance apart, allow for your arms to swing in alternate directions. Keep your feet planted on the floor and allow a gentle bounce of your knees. Flex and extend while keeping your feet firmly planted on the floor. Find your rhythm. Inhale and exhale. Slight flexion, slight extension. Keep your gaze straight ahead. Few more here. And prepare for your next exercise. In action, ankle mobility. Keep your feet always planted on the ground for this next exercise. Shift your weight from one leg to the other, and as you do so, pedal your feet. Lift one heel at a time off of the ground. Continue to alternate legs. Pause and prepare for the next exercise. In action, half circle arm swings. With feet hip width distance apart. Lift your arms up to shoulder height. One arm at a time, create a half circle. Lower your arm and extend it towards the back of the room, bringing it back up to shoulder height. Allow for an upper body rotation to follow as your arm swings forward and swings backwards. Keep your toes and knees pointed towards the front of the room. Inhale and exhale. Have a wall or chair close by in the event that you need it to help with balance. Pause and prepare for the next exercise. Heel to toe rocking. Take a step forward with feet hip width distance apart. Shift your weight towards the front of the room, lifting your heels off the ground. Shift your weight towards the back of the room, shifting your weight into your heels. Incorporate your arms by reaching them in front of you as you lean forward. Lift to your toes and lower. Stay on the same side. Pause. And switch legs. Find that staggered stance with the opposite leg in front. Continue with your rocks, forward and backwards. As you shift your weight back, allow for your heels to bear more of the weight and for your toes to gently lift off the ground. Forward and backwards, heel to toe. Continue here, reaching with your arms, moving with control. Pause and prepare for the next exercise. In action, cross body high knees. Begin with your feet hip width distance or slightly wider. Perform a cross body high knee. Two cross bodies high knees in one direction. Two cross body high knees in the other direction. Allow for the opposite hand to touch the opposite leg as you perform these high knees. Continue to move at your own pace. 1, 2 high knees and switch sides. 1, 2 high knees and switch sides. Pause and prepare for the next exercise. In action, lateral lunge. Bring your feet wide. Shift your weight into one leg, lowering into your lateral lunge. Fold your arms across your body and extend your arms out long. Lateral lunge from one leg right into the other. Move at your own pace. If you have sensitive shoulders, you may choose just to keep your hands alternating from one leg to the other. Ensure that your toes, knees, and hips are all pointing forward. Cross your arms and extend them. Inhale and exhale, lowering into that side lunge. Pause and prepare for your next exercise. In action, focused breathing. Inhale to bring your arms up overhead and exhale to lower. Inhale up overhead, exhale to lower. In motion, forward and backward lateral steps. Starting with feet hip-width distance apart, take 2 lateral steps forward and 2 lateral steps backwards. As you step forward and forward, bring your feet together at each point. Laterally move in the forward and backwards direction and allow your arms to swing by your side. Inhale and exhale. Have a chair or wall close by in the event that you needed to help with balance. Remember to bring your feet close together as you move through this stepping exercise. Pause and prepare for the next exercise. In motion, the pendulum. Standing with your feet hip-width distance apart, extend one arm out long to the side and the opposite leg out long. Bring it back to center and switch sides. Extend your arm out long to the side with the opposite leg lifting laterally. Abduct your leg and reach your arm. Alternate legs here as you move through this exercise. As you shift your weight into your stabilizing leg, allow for a slight bend in your knee. Have a chair or wall close by in the event that you need it for help. Engage your shoulder and glute muscles. Reach that arm out long to the side. Lift that leg laterally, engaging your glute muscles. Just a few more here. Keep your core engaged, a strong posture. Pause and prepare for the next exercise. In motion, tandem stance with lateral reach. Find yourself in the tandem stance, one foot directly in front of the other with that heel to toe alignment. Allow for a slight bend in your knees and allow your arms to fall by your side. Allow for one hand to slide down the side of your leg, allowing for a side bend. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale for that lateral reach. Keep that gaze straight ahead as you continue to move through this exercise. Engage your core as you reach. Switch sides here. Find yourself back in the tandem stance with this time the opposite leg in front. Focus on a point ahead to help with balance. And allow for that side bend to occur, reaching laterally as if you need to pick something up. Core is engaged. Have a chair or wall close by in the event that you need it to help with stabilization. Pause and prepare for the next exercise. In motion, forward and backwards lateral steps. Repeating the same exercise as earlier in class. Start with your feet hip-width distance apart. Prepare to take 2 lateral steps forward and 2 lateral steps backwards. Incorporate your arms. Inhale and exhale. As you step, bring your feet to a narrow base. Move at your own pace and have a chair or wall close by in the event that you need it to help with stabilization. If you wish to increase the challenge, increase the speed or the width of your stepping. Continue here. Inhale and exhale. Just a few more. Pause and prepare for the next exercise. In motion, the pendulum. Once again, we are repeating an exercise from earlier in class. Shift your weight to one leg as you abduct the other one and lift it laterally. Reach with your arms as if wanting to touch the opposite wall laterally. This exercise is challenging and requires a mixture of strength, balance, and coordination. Have a chair or wall close by in the event that you need it to help stabilize yourself. Inhale and exhale. Engage your glute muscles. Move with control. Just a few more here. Continue to reach laterally and continue to alternate sides. Pause and prepare for your next exercise. In motion, tandem stance with lateral reach. Find yourself in the tandem stance, one foot directly in front of the other. Allow your arms to hang long by your side. Exhale and slide one arm down along the side of your leg. Engage your core muscles. Exhale and bring yourself back up to center. Reaching one side to the other with that lateral reach. Inhale and exhale, sliding one arm down the side of your leg and then the other. Switch sides here. Bring the opposite leg in front, this time in that tandem stance. Allow your arms to be long by your side. Engage your core as you reach from one side back to center and to the other side. Inhale and exhale. Focus on your balance and move with control. Pause and prepare for the next exercise. In motion, 2 lateral steps to high knee. With your feet hip width distance apart, find a slight bend in your knees and take 2 steps laterally. 1, 2, and then transition into a high knee. 1, 2, high knee. 1, 2, high knee. Continue to alternate directions and lift that knee to about hip height. Keep your toes and hips facing forward. Core is engaged and gaze is straight ahead. Work on your balance as you move into this single leg stance. 1, 2, high knee. To increase the challenge, raise the height of your knee or take a wider step. A few more here. Pause and prepare for the next exercise. Wide to narrow heel and toe taps. With feet hip-width distance apart, lift your heels off the ground, pressing into your toes. Engage your calf muscles. Take 2 steps laterally, and then 2 steps narrow. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Shift your weight now into your heels and continue with the same pattern. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Inhale and exhale. Have a chair or wall close by in the event that you need it to help with balance. And once again, switch. Shift your weight into your toes, lifting your heels off of the ground. Continue. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Engage your calf muscles. Keep your posture strong, shoulders down and away from your ears. Open, open, close, close. Drop your heels and switch. Shift your weight this time into your heels, lifting your toes off of the ground, and continue with the same rhythm. Narrow, narrow, wide, wide. Open, open, close, close. Pause here and prepare for the next exercise. Single leg stance with lateral arm reach. Shift your weight into your stabilizing leg. Allow for a slight bend in your knee and bring your hands up towards heart center with palms touching. Hover the opposite leg above the ground or keep that foot on its toe still on the ground. Allow one arm to extend out long to the side and bring it back to center. Extend your arm out long to the side and bring it back to center. Keep your gaze straight ahead. Keep your hips, knees, and toes pointed towards the front of the room. Pause and switch sides here. Once again, find yourself in that single leg stance. Allow for that stabilizing leg to have a slight bend in it, and hover the opposite leg off the ground, or rather have it gently propped against the ground. Bring your arms together at heart center, palms touching, and extend one arm out long laterally at a time. Open and close. Keep your gaze straight ahead. Challenging your balance here in that single leg stance. Pause and prepare for the next exercise. 2 lateral steps to high knee. Take 2 steps laterally in one direction and then the other. 1, 2, high knee. 1, 2, high knee. Allow for a slight bend in your knees as you shuffle in one direction. Keep your core engaged and lift that knee up towards your hips. Keep your gaze straight ahead and move with control. 1, 2, high knee. Challenge your balance as you hold that high knee. To increase your challenge, increase the depth of your high knee. Pause and prepare for the next exercise. Wide to narrow heel and toe steps. Lift your heels off the ground and press your toes firmly into the ground. Engage your calf muscles. Take 2 lateral steps and 2 narrow steps. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Have a chair or wall close by. Lower your heels and lift your toes. Heel, 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 heel. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Staying on your heels here. Open, open, close, close. Pause. And shift your weight into your toes, once again engaging your calf muscles. Narrow, narrow, wide, wide. Narrow, narrow, wide, wide. Keep those calf muscles engaged. Lower your heels. And once again, shift your weight into your heels, lifting your toes. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Continue with the same pattern. Keep a strong core and proper form. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Pause here. Prepare for your next exercise. Single leg stance with lateral arm reach. Shift your weight into your stabilizing leg and allow for a slight bend in it. Lift the other leg to hover and bring your hands to heart center with the palms touching. Allow one arm to extend out long to the side and bring it back to center. Alternate arms here. If need be, allow your hovering foot to gently touch the ground to help with balance. Inhale and exhale. Have a chair or wall close by. Move at your own pace. Pause briefly. And switch sides. Shift your weight to your other leg and allow for a slight bend in your knee and repeat. Keep your gaze straight ahead. Think of your posture. Keep your shoulders down and away from your ears. Extend out long to the side with one arm, back to center, and extend with the other. Keep your focus as this is a difficult exercise that challenges your balance. Pause and prepare for the next exercise. Reactive control. With feet together, when the icon appears on the screen, tap the ground towards it, either forward, to the side, or backwards. Switch sides. Pause and prepare for the next exercise. Inhale, reach your hands overhead and lower. Reach your hands up overhead with that inhale, and once again lower. In strength, squat to high knee. With control, lower into a squat. Exhale to stand tall and perform 2 high knees. Move back down into the squat as if lowering into a chair. Lower your hips and allow for a slight hinge in your hips. Press into the ground and stand back top tall, performing those 2 high knees. Have a chair or wall close by in the event that you need it for balance. Feet should be hip width distance apart or slightly wider. Inhale to lower, exhale to stand. Keep your weight evenly distributed in your feet. Keep your knees and toes facing forward, and ensure that your knees do not track over your toes as you lower. Move at your own pace and prepare for the next exercise. In strength, step back lunge with hamstring curl. With a wall or chair close by, start in a standing position with feet hip width distance apart, and extend one leg behind you as you lower into that step back lunge. Keep your hand on the chair for help. Lower into that lunge, stand tall, and incorporate a hamstring curl. With the step back lunge, keep the heels of your back foot lifted, and the weight of your forefront evenly distribute, firmly pressing into the ground. Use the chair to help with balance. Stay on the same side. Engage your hamstrings as you curl your heel up towards your glutes. This exercise should not elicit any pain. Pause and prepare for the next exercise. In strength, circular hip abductions. Feet hip width distance apart, and a chair or wall close by. Shift your weight to your stabilizing leg and hover the other, and move into a circular motion. 4 leg circles clockwise, 4 leg circles counterclockwise. Stay on the same leg but continue to alternate directions. Hands may be on your hips or holding the chair. Continue here for a few more. Pause and prepare for the next exercise. In strength, Superman to high knee. With feet hip width distance apart, one hand on a chair. Extend your arms out long and bring it back to center to the high knee. Engage your core, performing this Superman to knee touch. Allow for your stabilizing leg to have a slight bend in it. Reach your arm and reach your leg in opposite directions, engaging those muscles, extending as long as you can, and bring it back to center with that knee tap. Pause and prepare for the next exercise. In strength, step back lunge with hamstring curl. Find yourself on the other side of the chair. Take a step back into that lunge with your hand on the chair or wall to help with balance. Lower into that lunge, bending your knee. As you extend, incorporate that hamstring curl. Lift and lower with control. Bending 90 degrees at the knees. Inhale and exhale. Lowering with control. Pause and prepare for the next exercise. In strength, circular hip abductions. With feet hip width distance apart, shift your weight into your stabilizing leg with your hand on the chair or wall for balance. Bring your other leg to hover and then move in a circular motion. 4 circles in one direction and then 4 circles in the other direction. Move in a clockwise and counterclockwise motion. Keep your gaze straight ahead in a strong and tall posture. Pause and prepare for the next exercise. In strength, Superman to knee touch. Repeating the same exercise as earlier, find yourself with feet hip width distance apart and your hand on the chair or wall to help with support. Hinge forward and extend opposite arm and opposite leg as if wanting to reach the opposite walls. As you come to stand tall, bring your knee up through center into that high knee and allow the opposite hand to tap your knee gently. Hinge and extend, reach long in opposite directions, and bring it back to center. Move at your own pace here. Take breaks as need be and join us when you're ready. Just a few more here. Pause and prepare for the next exercise. In strength, wall push-ups with head rotations. Place your hands on the wall about shoulder width. Lower with control, bending at the elbows, and extend. Keep your back flat. Lower and extend. Incorporate that head rotation as you lower. Rotate your neck to look in one direction, back through center and extend. Lower, rotate to the other direction, push, back to center. Continue to alternate sides as you lower, rotate to one side. This exercise should not elicit any pain. So move within a range of motion that is comfortable for you. Lower with control and rotate your neck to look. Looking over your shoulder. Pause and prepare for the next exercise. In strength, quarter wall sit with foot lift. Continuing to use the wall as a prop. Find yourself with your back resting against it. Take a few steps forward with your feet and slide your back down into a wall sit. Find a depth that feels challenging to you. And with control, lift one leg off the ground and then the other leg off the ground, as if marching. You may want to find yourself about a quarter of the way down in that wall sit. Lift one leg at a time with control. Keep your core engaged. Strong posture with your shoulders rolled down away from your ears. Just a few more here. Inhale and exhale. Pause and prepare for the next exercise. In flexibility, calf and hamstring stretch. Take a step back and allow your heel to touch the ground. Lean forward and feel the stretch in the bottom of your back leg. Inhale and exhale. Find yourself in a quarter lunge. Prepare to shift your weight into your back leg. Allow for your back leg to find a slight bend in it, as if sitting in a chair. Extend the opposite leg out long in front. Toes pointed towards the ceiling and find that hamstring stretch. Inhale and exhale. Pause and switch sides. Step back with the opposite leg into that staggered stance or quarter lunge. Keep your feet on the ground as you lean forward to feel that stretch in your calf muscles. Keeping your feet on the ground is important for this stretch. Prepare to shift your weight into that back leg. Shift your weight. Allow for that slight bend in the knee as if you're sitting into a chair, and extend that other leg out long in front, toes pointing up towards the ceiling. Pause and prepare for the next exercise. In flexibility, IT band stretch. Cross one leg behind the other. Reach overhead. Inhale and exhale. Should feel the stretch in your legs. And on your side. Release and switch sides. Cross the opposite leg behind the other foot and extend your arm up to reach in that same direction. Feel that stretch along the side of your body as you reach. Inhale and exhale. Pause and prepare for the next exercise. Find yourself back in your chair. Cross one leg up and over the other. Place your hand on your thigh and allow for a slight rotation in the opposite direction. You may pull gently on that leg to increase the stretch, but be sure not to apply pressure to the joint itself. Inhale and exhale. Feel that stretch in your glute and switch sides. Cross one leg over the other. Place both hands on that thigh. Allow for a slight pull to engage that glute stretch and rotate in the opposite direction. Inhale and exhale. Bring it back to center and prepare for your next exercise, back stretch. Interlace your fingers and extend your arms out long and reach up overhead. Lower your arms and repeat twice more. Interlace your fingers, reach in front and dive your head forward. Reach your hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale to lower. Once more here, extend your arms out long, diving your head forward. Reach up high. Exhale, lower. Give your shoulders a couple little rolls. Congratulations, you have completed your training. See you next time.